Yeah, I kind of figured he would.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Unquestionably Raw NBA podcast. And today we got Gonzo back with us. I got my man Jstar and Charlie Jones with us. I'm going to you, Gonzo, first. Warriors, Jazz. Did the Jazz show you anything tonight that would lead you to believe that maybe they can win Game 4?
Nothing to show that they could win Game 4, but they showed me that they could hang with Golden State for a little bit. Rudy Gobert guarding the paint, 1 and 15 tonight, 7 to 8 shooting. Gordon Hayward, 7 for 18. Not so great shooting, but he had really good shooting in the first half. I think the Warriors turned their D up, but the biggest problem with tonight's game, I think, is that Utah only got 10 points from their bench. Rodney Hood was 1 for 8. Joe Johnson was 3 for 13. Favors was 0 for 1, only played 6 minutes. Dante Exum was 0 for 1, played 3. And Raul Neto only played 2 minutes and gave you a personal foul. So
hey, hold up, Gonzo. We got to correct this because Raul Neto, it is pronounced Raul. Yes, okay, it is Raul Neto. I know. I'm not getting on you. Most people don't know.
Right,
it looks Raul. It's Raul.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Yes. Oh man, it's all good.
Got no bench help at all. I mean, they got 10 points, 7 from Johnson, 3 from Hood, and I mean they both shot terrible. Joe Johnson shot 3 for 12, 5% shooting, and Rodney Hood is 1 for 8. That's really, really bad. Golden State didn't really have bench help as much, but it does bench help either. But I mean, man, you got Durant 38, 13, 15 for 26 shooting. That's superstar material. Steph Curry, bad shooting night, 6 for 23 from 11 from threes. So I mean, just you got a superstar out there on the court, so that makes all the difference.
So what you're saying is the Jazz are done.
Absolutely, they're finished. They can put a fork in it.
Yes. Jstar, I'm going to you, man.
Man, they was done. They was done in October. It was done in October.
Yes.
Pretty much to piggyback off what he said, the Jazz they do lack a star, right? Like they got good players. I think Hayward. I don't think he's a number 1. I mean, he's doing his thing, there. He'd be great with any other, he'd be a great number 2 to a number 1 anywhere.
Absolutely.
Gobert was doing his thing, holding down the paint, but this series was over, man. This series is done. And the sooner it can get done, the better, because these playoffs are dragging.
It's because we're all waiting for Cavs and Warriors Part 3.
I mean, or at least Spurs and Warriors, conference finals. The East ain't nothing.
The Rockets Warriors could be entertaining.
It could be, yeah. I'd watch. I mean, I'm gonna watch anyway, but the East is the East. But for this series, the bench was trash tonight for Utah. And I'll be honest with you guys, I forgot Joe Johnson was in the league before Game 1. Like I thought he was already gone home, like just on some Ray Allen chilling out. I'm announcing my retirement in like 2 years type stuff. And then he hit that shot, and I was like, "Yo, is that Joe Johnson out there?" Like. Still lacing him up. He was trash tonight. The bench, y'all at home. The crowd is hype.
And you had a 9-point lead in the third quarter.
They got the little nightlife hashtag rocking, trying to get everybody riled up in the community. And y'all gonna come out there off the bench on some like soggy legs. Like what's going on, man? That's trash.
They need to upgrade that bench.
That's trash. I thought it was interesting, and I wish I could have heard the conversation Durant was having with that fan when the free throws were being shot. Because I thought that was kind of interesting, before he got into it with Gobert and got the tech or whatever. The tech and flagrant.
He got into it with a couple fans tonight. I saw somebody on Twitter show John with some fan that was sitting courtside, like on the sideline.
Yeah,
he was saying something to him.
That stuff is fun, man. Like, I love it when I'm at a game and somebody can get a ball player's attention like that. That's freaking fun to see. I just wish we could have heard, the back and forth.
Unfortunately, they're not miking. We need to start miking courtside fans up then, right?
Yeah, the NBA. I tweeted them several times. Said, "Hey, man, you guys need a channel for like adults, and we get to hear the trash talking." Like, let us hear that, because I guarantee you the ratings on that channel would be just like, could you imagine if we could have heard Gary Payton just trash talk for a game?
Mm-hmm.
Or Larry Bird? Like, come on, man, that's entertainment. Like, that's, that would be dope. But anyway, I digress.
Absolutely. Charlie, I'm guessing you think this one's over too. Can the Jazz win a game? Did they do anything tonight that you thought was pretty good?
They did everything I thought they were going to do. I knew Utah is one of the toughest places to play in the NBA. When you come in and the Warriors shoot 9 for 30 from the 3-point line, and you still can't beat them. Klay Thompson scores 6 points, and you still can't beat them. Draymond Green doesn't get double figures, and you still can't beat them. Be playing on the same court.
Damn.
But we were talking about earlier about, I'm a big Spurs fan. You talked about Gordon Hayward being a second option. Hey, you come down to San Antonio.
That'll be nice. That would be nice.
But yeah, he's just not a number one option. He's a good player, but you gotta have two guys that can go get buckets to win. That's why the East to me is so terrible, because none of the teams outside the Cavs have two guys that I can trust every night to go get a bucket. The Warriors have it.
I got a lot of
the
one
Cavs
guys.
Yeah, the Warriors have it. The Cavs have it. That's it, and that's why they're going to be in the finals.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you know what? Tonight in this game, like, it was kind of the Jazz. They controlled the pace the entire game, basically. And that should favor them. Like you said, the Warriors shot awful, but how good was Kevin Durant tonight?
I think,
when they needed him to play one-on-one and get buckets, and he did just that. Because if you substitute Durant and they still have, the Warriors lose this game.
Right. I think people forgot how special and rare Kevin Durant is, because he went to the Warriors. They're not happy. People aren't happy. He took the easy road out. He's a freak of nature. Probably the most unique. He is the most unique player the NBA has ever seen. And he can do whatever he wants to do, whenever he wants to do it.
That's a great
I get that.
A flag on the play, but go ahead.
I'm gonna go right back to you, Jstar. Oh, we got the shoe flip. Yes. Hey, who unique? I'm guessing you're going to go with LeBron James.
I mean, he's the total package on both ends.
No, we're talking about a 7'1" guard.
I'm talking about a 6'8" locomotive.
Yeah,
it depends on how you see it, because I can see where both of y'all are coming from, because at the same time, LeBron James is built like Karl Malone, but he moves like Russell Westbrook.
Right.
Whereas Durant, he's built, he's just a skinny, lanky dude, can shoot threes, can put it on the floor. But, I mean,
we could table this stuff. I have to think about it. We're splitting hairs if it comes down to them too, though. But I'm sure there's some.
Yeah. I mean, the only other guy I would throw in there, once that 3-point shot comes in, is our boy, the Greek Freak, because that dude.
Oh yeah,
he's going to be in the conversation as well. Yeah, he just can't shoot like Durant. Yeah, he just I'm going to throw this out there, and you guys can roast me. But I say this now: Giannis Antetokounmpo is better now than Penny Hardaway ever was.
Ever?
Yes, I don't think Penny Hardaway was ever this good. If you look at both sides of the floor, just everything that they do.
That's a tough that's a tough comparison though, because Penny was really a 1. Mm-hmm. Antetokounmpo is like a 3.
Shoot, I think he could play all 5. He plays all 5 positions.
I mean, he ain't playing the 1 if Kawhi is guarding him. He ain't bringing that ball nowhere near half court. That mug passing out right away on the inbounds.
That's true.
Where Penny would have took it up the court.
That's true.
But that's a tough comparison for me. Penny? No, that's a good one, man. That's really good.
I mean, their games are. I mean, I just kind of look at the overall package, and the scary thing is Giannis is only 21 years old.
Yeah, he's a young.
He's getting scary good, but man, Penny was fun to watch.
And for all those, for all our young people out there who happen to be listening, they might not know who Penny Hardaway was. They may think he's the guy that played for the Suns with the Millennium backcourt of him and Jason Kidd. Yes, man. Yes. Gonzo, what do you think about that? Penny Hardaway, Giannis, and do you think Giannis is better than he ever was?
No, I don't. I would probably still take Penny. I think Penny was a better. I think Penny was better than Antetokounmpo. I think he could dribble better. I think he could run an offense better.
Yeah.
And he played with more finesse. Sometimes Giannis's points and the way Giannis kind of hops up, and it looks really rough.
Yeah, he's
to his game.
Yeah,
and it's probably because
he
he's
does
so
travel
awkward.
sometimes.
Yeah,
he's reactive.
And I think it's because his body is so so long and lanky. He's kind of things look weird. But I think Penny's IQ was better.
Right.
When it comes to running offense. So I would probably still go with Penny. And Penny has some Eastern Conference Finals under his belt, and he's been to the finals. And Antetokounmpo has improved to me that he can get out of the first round. I think he makes a lot of bonehead decisions. Like if you watch that Milwaukee, was it game 5 when they were down by like 3? He did a Euro step, and instead of kicking it to Snell in the corner, he did a dunk. They needed a 3 to tie the game with like 6 seconds left. So his IQ is not there for me.
Yeah, I agree, man. Penny was Antetokounmpo's reactive. Like he's like that kid that like hit that growth spurt in the summertime, and then he's coming back to the court, but he's still trying to figure out like, oh dang, I'm like a foot taller than I was last year. Like he's still reactive that way to like, he takes off and like you could tell in mid-flight he's like, oh damn, I could dunk this. Bam, and then he'll just bang it. Where Penny was like out there orchestrating. Like it was fun to watch Penny. Now granted, Penny had more playoff success, but Antetokounmpo don't have the Diesel on his squad either.
Yeah, exactly. Although, it's tough.
So that has to count, Monroe ain't Diesel.
That exactly, yeah. Or Thon Maker.
Right, like them cats.
That's his starting big man.
Yeah, they ain't Nick Anderson and them. He don't got them.
No.
But Penny was
shooting threes.
At this point, I'd take Penny.
I lose this one. But I want to get into a couple of tomorrow's games. I don't want to talk Cavs and Raptors because it's going to be a sweep. Kyle Lowry, I believe he's sitting out again, so they're done. They'll make some shots early and they'll keep it close, and the Cavs they'll stomp on them like they did in Game 3. But Rockets and Spurs, Charlie, who you think the Rockets? What's going on with Mike D'Antoni? Right, they win big first game, second game they get smacked, but Popovich made all the right adjustments. But third game, D'Antoni made not one adjustment. He's doing the same thing. They're becoming predictable and easy to guard.
I mean, we're talking about Mike D'Antoni.
But he's got to make an adjustment.
Everybody here are NBA fans doing the Mike D'Antoni since the beginning of time.
Yeah,
treating him like his stepson. And he's doing it again. Greg Popovich is the best coach of all time. He does the most with less. The Rockets are a regular season team. Everybody got excited after game 1. They hit all these threes. But the Spurs are going to do what the Spurs do. They're going to make adjustments. They're going to make you play basketball, and they're going to make you do what you don't want to do. And I don't know if Mike D'Antoni can make the adjustment. And I'm not a believer in James Harden.
Oh, I got to ask you this then, Charlie, since you are a coach. What adjustments, if you're Mike D'Antoni, what adjustments do you think the Rockets need to make?
Well, the problem is they should have made the adjustments in the offseason. They came in the offseason saying we're going to shoot threes, and we're going to shoot threes, and we're going to shoot threes. What happens when the game slows down? It's the playoffs. They're not letting you shoot those threes. You already have to have all that stuff in your system. You got to have that in the bag already. And I just don't know if D'Antoni has it in his bag. And this is the reason why those great Suns teams never got to the finals, and those teams were great.
Although the one time they could have done it, when Stoudemire got suspended, right? That year they played the Spurs. That was the one. Was that 07, 08? One of those. I think it was 07 or 08. That was their year. And, of course, but, Stoudemire shouldn't have left the bench. I think it was garbage. He got suspended, but that was the rule, and the Spurs benefited. So I guess we'll never know. But I think the Spurs, when I'm watching this, if you notice what the Spurs did when the bigs are switching on the ball screen on that pick and roll, they're kind of dropping back into the paint. forcing, and Harden is not being patient. He's just rushing in there. And that little, then Gonzo mentioned it yesterday, that little bounce pass, little pocket pass he throws to the big is gone now. That's been taken away. Why not just be patient, wait? If the big doesn't come out to you, shoot the open shot. And if he comes out to you, slice him up like you did in game one. I don't know why they're not doing that. They're just going and just playing right into the Spurs' hands.
Right, they're just playing the way they've been playing all year.
Yeah.
That's who they are. The Rockets are who the Rockets are.
And I think Jstar, what do you think? You think the Rockets are going to make any adjustments? You think we're going to see any adjustments from Mike D'Antoni, or do you think it's just going to be more of the same?
I don't know, man. It seems like Mike D'Antoni is the same year in and year out, man. He's got that offensive. Either it's going to be a layup or a 3-pointer. His defense is his offensive mentality. His defense is we're just going to try to score more than you, rather than we are going to stop you. So, I mean, and I don't know if the players have, the know-how to even coach themselves past this. Like you can see that in the past, you've seen that where like a superstar would kind of lead the squad and they would make adjustments and then keep it moving. I don't know if Harden is that far yet.
No,
like he isn't that mature yet of a floor general to do that. This was his first year of really being like the point guard, set us up type dude. And I thought he did a good job for it being his first year, but he ain't ready for the Spurs. And even with Tony Parker out, I don't feel like that's going to prevent the Spurs from advancing.
That may actually help the Spurs in a sense from this point. Like you put Murray out there, who at this stage of his career, even as a rookie, he's better defensively than Tony Parker. You stick him on Beverly, that's more length. He's taller. He's to move his feet better because Tony Parker, I mean, he's never a great defender, but he's 30. I'm going to be 35 years old, so it's not like he's giving you much defensively. And even offensively, he's running their stuff, but he's very inconsistent at this point in his career. He has a good game here and there, so I don't think they're going to miss him that much.
Yeah, this is probably like a good thing in this round for the Spurs because D'Antoni, I'm sure, didn't account for Murray. There's no game plan. There ain't nobody out there. Patrick Beverly ain't thinking about Murray. He's probably thinking about him now, but he wasn't thinking about him before game 3. He wasn't thinking about him. So I don't know. And I think a big piece for the Spurs is still LaMarcus Aldridge. Like if he's on tomorrow, then the game's over. But if he's on some like, yo, I'm just gonna chill this time, like I do from time to time, then
the Rockets have a chance.
The Rockets have a chance. And what's the tall dude? They're all tall dudes. Dude on the Spurs or on the on Houston.
Capella.
On Houston.
Capella?
No, not Capella. White dude that can shoot the threes.
Ryan.
Ryan
Anderson. Dang, how could I forget this dude's name? If Anderson gets going, LaMarcus Aldridge is gonna have to get going. He's gonna have to offset that with some buckets. So that's really where it's at. Because Kawhi gonna be Kawhi.
Oh yeah.
Like yo, you saw him. You saw him bang on old boy the other night.
He dunked on Capella. Yeah, on Capella.
Love it.
Yes.
Kawhi gonna be Kawhi. So and Harden gonna be Harden, and Harden gonna give the Spurs a couple dimes because that's what he does. He's gonna throw the ball over there to the wrong team like he does. So,
Yes.
I don't know. I like my boy Eric Gordon though, because he went to IU. I went to IU, so I always cheer for him.
Nice.
I hope he gets his, but that's all I got.
Nice. Gonzo, do you think the Rockets are going to make any adjustments into this one, or do you think it's going to be more of what we've seen from them?
They might not. They might make some adjustments, but this is the thing. I don't know if it works because of the system that they run. Okay, we all know that D'Antoni system runs off high pick and rolls and lots of threes, and I think a high percentage of those threes are corner threes. I think the adjustment that the Spurs made is that, first of all, you got to look at this. Pat Beverly he prefers to shoot his threes in the corner. Ariza prefers to shoot his threes in the corner. Gordon's maybe a 50-50 situation. Threes in the corner as well. So you got a lot of guys who shoot a lot of threes in the corner. The way they run the pick and roll is that they're dropping back and they're taking away the bounce pass to the big man. And the moment he throws to the corner, guys are running dudes out of the corner, running dead at him. So if they take that shot, the shot's going to be contested. Now, here's the third dilemma: is that James Harden should now proceed to go to the basket. But this is the thing about this is the gamble with that though, because now you still have to go up against height. No matter how good the defender is, you still got a 7-footer sitting in the paint waiting on you. So your shot, whether it be a high percentage shot for you or not, it's a difficult shot because so if you notice a lot of his layups that he made yesterday, a lot of those layups he was making a layup, but he was falling to the ground because he really had no room to land because it's a 7-footer right in front of the basket.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a high percentage shot, but it's a tough high percentage shot because you got height standing in front of you. So they kind of eliminated them in that area. We definitely gonna need another good game out of LaMarcus Aldridge. Paul Gasol has really been the difference too. I must say his offensive rebounds, chipping them back out to the perimeter, that's really helped him a lot because you didn't see that at all in those first two games. I mean, the first game, the second and third game, you saw that, and what we see is the benefit of him tipping those passes out and getting those defensive rebounds is that now Nene has been eliminated. You see the last two games, he hasn't been scoring because most of his points have been like easy putbacks, like against OKC. He's not able to get those now because those rebounds are in possession of San Antonio now.
Now he's having to shoot medium range jump shots and step backs.
Right, something that's not his strength. You see what I'm saying? So San Antonio is forcing them to play a way that they're not comfortable playing now. And Tony Parker went down, but the good part about it is even though DeJounte Murray, he's not a seasoned veteran and he's a young guy, is that he has youthful legs. So he can still maintain his energy throughout the game. And as he gets more experience, I'm quite sure the way the San Antonio Spurs play defense and the way they run their offense, he's eventually going to get more and more comfortable doing it. So the momentum has really shifted in San Antonio's favor. But the Rockets can steal their momentum back with the win, but it's going to come down to a lot of execution. They got to find different ways. You got to mix things up now. You know, when you're playing playoff basketball, it's not a regular season game where you're studying one game, you're studying film for one night for a team you're going to play tomorrow. It's more now you're playing a 7-game series. That means the longer the series goes on, you're going to see more and more of their plays, more and more of their sets, more and more of the things that they like to do. So now you have to use some type of strategy now. You can't just be comfortable doing the same thing because now they know your plays off the top of their head. That's one thing that makes LeBron really, really good. A great basketball player, because I was watching an interview with Kevin Garnett and I think it was Paul Pierce. And they said Doc Rivers said when they played LeBron in Miami, he had played him so much in Cleveland that a lot of the plays that they were running on offense and defense, LeBron was calling them out. And he said they would go back to the huddle and says, this guy knows every last one of our plays. He knows everything we're doing.
And you know Pop knows everything. Pop knows everything the Rockets are doing. And I bet Kawhi does too.
And the great basketball players, man, the great basketball players and coaches, it's not so much athletics and skill, and we need all those things, but they're highly intelligent and they're students of the game. When you're a student of the game, you can almost study so hard that you can eliminate your own flaws.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So tomorrow, Gonzo, do you think the Rockets? Do you think they tie it up tomorrow, or do you think this one could be over?
Wow, my emotions want to say the Rockets they're gonna pull off a big win, but I'm going with San Antonio. I'm not gonna gamble against Pop.
Good choice. Good choice. Now I want to get into another game tomorrow. Celtics Wizards. Obviously, they both these teams appear to hate each other. We saw the whole thing, Game 3 with Kelly Oubre and Kelly Olynyk, two guys named Kelly. Getting into it, proving to be, showing that they're tough guys. Charlie, I want to ask you this though: should Kelly Oubre have been suspended?
The way the NBA is now, you got to suspend him. But Kelly Olynyk had it, however you pronounce his name. He had it coming.
Mm-hmm.
He flopped on the push. I mean, I was kind of upset with Kelly Oubre making us Houston boys look bad. He ran up on him so weak. I was like, man, Kelly, if you're gonna run up on him like that, you might as well give him some. You know, that's not how we do it in Houston. But I think it was worth him getting suspended. The East is so terrible anyway. We needed some excitement in that game. So that was the most exciting part of that game anyway. So I'm kind of happy he did it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this is one of those series that's going to be pretty much home team wins every game?
See, I'm actually pulling for the Wizards. I would rather see the Wizards play the Cavs because we've already seen what the Celtics can do. The Cavs went after them late in the season and just demolished them. Mm-hmm. I think the Wizards have a better chance because they got, like I said, they've got two guys that can go get buckets. You got John Wall and Bradley Beal. The Celtics are Isaiah Thomas or bust. So I would much rather see the Wizards go ahead and take these boys out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Jstar, what do you think? You think Kelly Oubre should have been suspended? I know you're an old school guy, so
to me, I don't think he should have been suspended. But I remember cats really fighting on the court. So I thought when he got up, I saw the anger in him or whatever. Like he was upset. He hit dude fell down like a door. And like I told you guys, man, in the pregame, man, if it was Morris, it would have been real entertainment. Like, if Morris would have ran up on dude, everybody would have turned their TV on. That would have got some high ratings.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. It's the way it is now, man. They give technicals and they go to the monitors for every little thing. So they're always going to try to side. I don't know if it's the advertisers that are saying, yo, y'all need to stop with this thuggery or whatever it is. I don't know why the NBA gets treated like that as opposed to like hockey, but it is what it is.
Even in baseball, you got guys socking. I mean, you saw it with the Rangers last year. You have guys socking each other in the face,
just the other day,
punching each other. So
the Orioles and the Red Sox, they're freaking hitting dudes in the head on pitches.
Yeah, exactly. But in the NBA, you can't even push somebody.
The NBA, you can't even swear out there, man. These mugs, they got the police on you out there.
Technical foul. You said a bad word.
So you're getting it, man. So I don't know, man. What's his name? Olenek. That guy, he been suspect for a minute. So at least somebody had to check him. So it's just the wrong dude. Like we wanted Morris to do it, because then he gonna be on his P's and Q's the rest of the series, right? He ain't gonna be doing that chippy stuff after Morris get a hold of him.
I mean,
he would have been out the series if Morris would have got a hold.
And we saw in game 2 when Morris just threw Al Horford to the floor.
Yeah, that was kind of surprising. His leg. That was kind of surprising because I thought Al was down for his, but nah, he ain't want some problems either.
And Morris confronted him at the opening tip. He was jawing at him like, "Hey, man," because he stuck his foot out.
Yeah, I thought Al was, I guess I don't know, man. I got to reevaluate Al's contract.
Maybe he's a fake. Maybe he's one of those fake tough guys.
I mean, he don't act tough, but he just seems like he'd be an imposing dude, like the gentle giant you don't want to mess with. Apparently, you can mess with him if your last name is Morris, at least. So
maybe Morris is that dude. He's that dude that people are actually afraid of, like back in the day, like Ron Artest.
Charles Oakley type dude. He like that Charles Oakley type.
I know you remember back in the day when Meta World Peace, they were playing the Thunder, and I think Ibaka kind of ran up on him. And when he realized who he was running up on, he was like, "Oh, nah, man."
Yeah. Ben Wallace used to get that treatment too. Muggs would turn around with anger and then see it was Ben and be like, no, I'm just playing.
My bad.
Let me get back on D, dog. What we running?
Yes.
2-3? 2-3? I'm going to get back on D.
Yes.
Messing with them cats. There's a few of them like that, man, in the league. But as far as the series goes, I agree. I'd rather see the Wizards play. I'd rather see the Wizards play the Cavs merely because I'd rather see, the Cavs are, I told you guys, the Eastern Conference playoffs is just the LeBron Invitational. So the Cavs are going to make it to the finals. But it would be more entertaining to me to watch John Wall and Kyrie Irving go at it than it would be to see IT. Because I feel like this Boston team is like that Bulls team back in the day when they had the best record in the league going into the playoffs. They looked nice, and then they realized they're one-dimensional. We only had Derek, and the Cavs just tore us apart, or the Heat. just tore us. The LeBrons just tore us apart because we had one dude. That was it. And that's what's going to happen if Boston makes it. And it's pretty much going to be the same thing with the Wizards, but the Wizards got a little more firepower, I feel like.
At least,
and they're a
at
little
least they got
stronger.
2 guys.
Yeah, and I feel like they're a little stronger in the paint.
Mhm.
So, like I could see the series, I could see the Wizards maybe stealing a game. Maybe 2. 2 might be too much. I think LeBron be like, all right, that's enough.
Mm-hmm. And that's
But
what's
it would be
happening.
better.
That's what's happening now against Toronto. LeBron's like, oh, wait a second. We want this rest. We want to sweep through the East because we know we got Golden State in the finals. We're going to need all the rest we can get. And I think Golden State feels the same way. They're not looking past Cleveland. They know what LeBron James is capable of.
Oh, they can't look past nothing.
No.
Not in Cleveland. Not after the last two finals appearances. LeBron almost took the mugs out by himself the first time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Gonzo, Kelly Oubre, should he have been suspended?
No, he shouldn't have, due to the fact that of Kelly Olynyk's track record that he's a dirty player. He shouldn't have been suspended, but I think they did it because he bumped a ref. And I kind of think that sometimes the NBA is kind of, to me, in some cases, is kind of rigged. I think they really would prefer to see Boston and Cleveland.
You think so?
So they suspended. Absolutely, because the only reason I see him even getting suspended was because he bumped the ref, maybe. And I think he didn't do it intentionally. I think it was just more or less that was absolutely an accident.
Yeah, the ref
But
was
they're doing it because you got to think about, like, if you suspend Kelly Oubre, that's like the only bench help that they have right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you just pretty much eliminated, and he's been playing pretty good the last couple of games, and you eliminate that bench help and a little bit of defense. Now who does Washington have to come in and score or to help? You really don't have anybody.
They better pray Bogdanovic is making shots, because if he's not,
and he's so streaky, you just don't know what you're going to get with him. So in my opinion, he shouldn't have been. Series-wise, I think that now that Oubre is out, it makes it easier for Boston, because now when the bench comes in, Boston can really exploit the bench. Me personally, I would prefer to see Boston anyway against Cleveland, because we saw the last game that Boston played against Cleveland, and Cleveland blew them out. But it wasn't because Cleveland was just that much dominant. It was because if you look at the first half, Boston they were running excellent plays, and Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith were completely lost on defense. They found the chinks in the armor. Thing is, they just couldn't knock down any of those open shots they were making that they usually make. They were missing mid-range shots. They missed layups. They missed wide open threes. And Cleveland capitalized on that. They got rebounds and they were on fast breaks. So that's the reason they blew them out. It wasn't because Boston didn't have a game plan to defeat the defense. They had it. They just couldn't make any shots. And if you think Washington really has a chance, yeah, John Wall likes the fast break. I'm quite sure Cleveland knows they like the fast break, so they're going to eliminate that. We know John Wall likes. We know John Wall likes to get into the paint. Cleveland's not letting him get into the paint that easy, and they don't have enough shooting to stay in the game.
The only thing with Cleveland, like, I know their defense has been better in the playoffs, especially against the Raptors, but is it because their defense has been better, or is it because all the Raptors do is play one-on-one the entire game? Is Cleveland's defense been that much better? It's if you know it's going to be a heavy dose of Lowry and DeRozan, and now just DeRozan, your defense is going to look better. You can game plan for that. And if DeRozan's making contested shots, the Raptors are going to get some points. If he's not, it's going to be a blowout.
That's true. I agree with you. That does make Cleveland's defense look a lot better. But that's why I say I think Boston will serve a better matchup, because they can actually run sets and run plays to get open mid-range shots and to get open threes against Cleveland's defense. Now, if you got John Wall likes to drive. You have Bradley Beal. Like I said, he's been off and on the whole playoff. He had like 2 or 3 games against Atlanta that was really good, but he had games he was shooting like 8 for 22. He was really, really streaky. He looked good in the first half. He was terrible in the second half. Now, you can count on him as a shooter, but they don't really have a lot of knockdown shooters that John Wall can just going to be kicking it out and knocking it down like that. Well, Otto Porter, he might make 12 points. So I think
they don't use him enough.
That's the thing. Like, they don't use him enough for them to even have a chance at winning. It's pretty much all wall or nothing. And eventually that turns to ISO ball, because I knew the other night that Washington was going to lose game 2 when they had that, 14 seconds left, and John Wall had the ball. Now, I think they said a pick and roll, and he had Horford. He could have easily drove to the basket and tried for a layup and possibly got a foul and got 2 free throws. He pulled up for a mid-range jumper, something that is not his strength. I knew then the game was over.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's to overtime, they blew him away.
Still, do you see this series going 7, or do you think Boston can win this in 5 or 6?
Boston in 5.
Oh, you think that? Okay. Yeah, because they do lose Oubre, so that's going to hurt.
That's going to hurt.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Yes.
First off, I don't think Boston is going to win this in 5. I think – well, let me just recap a couple things. One thing, Otto Porter is actually scoring more now in the playoffs than he did in the regular season. So they're getting a little bit more than what he usually gives them, which is just fine because they were counting on him to get his 14, but he's getting 16, so that's nice. And then the Cavs and the Bullets. What's the Bullets? The Wizards.
The Wizards.
Bad, man. The Wizards. They had shootouts this year. Like one game went to OT. Wizards dropped 135. They lost because the Cavs got 140. Another game, the Wizards won. They had 127. And then another game, the Wizards lost. They had 94. Like the Wizards are scoring on the Cavs. The Cavs ain't playing D and haven't played D on the Wizards yet this season. And the Cavs, kind of. I don't want to say.
But Kevin Love was hurt a couple of those games too, wasn't he?
Yeah, man, that's life, man. That's life. That's the game.
Yeah, Kevin Love didn't play a couple of those Washington games.
But he's not.
J.R. Smith did.
Fast break. He ain't stopping.
J.R. Smith did.
But the thing is, Kevin Love's not gonna change the
the
outcome defensively.
Right. He ain't.
No, I didn't say we're gonna change the outcome defensively, but he can score. J.R. Smith didn't play in a couple of those games as well. Trust me, that's a scorer and a defender.
Though. Like that's life, right? Like that's the game. Sometimes the guys make it to the game, sometimes they don't. Like
so now they're full strength. You think Washington's going to really pull it off against a full strength Cleveland Cavalier team?
No. I'm not saying they're not going to.
I think
saying they're going to pull it off. I already called it the LeBron Invitational. I'm just saying the Wizards are not. They might be able to steal a game or two. I'll say 1. I really don't see them stealing 2. I just didn't want it to appear like the Wizards were like super inferior.
You just think it'll be a more entertaining series.
Yeah, it's going to be they're going to give them a better fight, because otherwise you're just going to be watching Isaiah Thomas, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't nobody else going to do anything because they.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't see that.
Charlie, what do you think? Who would be a better series between Cleveland? Would it be Boston or the Wizards? Who do you think gives them a tougher matchup, if you want to call it tough?
I see what everybody's saying. The Celtics have a better coach, better system, but the Wizards have in some people's opinion, the best point guard in the NBA right now playing. Because I don't count Harden as the point guard, and Westbrook is too dumb to be the best point guard in the NBA. So John Wall can do things that other people can't do. I don't know who can cover him on the Cavs unless you put LeBron on him and all of a sudden you wear LeBron down. I just don't trust the Celtics. I can't trust a team that starts Jay Crowder. I like Jay Crowder, but he's not, what I mean? He's not a championship level 3 small forward, and neither is Kelly Olynyk or Amir Johnson. I mean, these are good players, but these aren't NBA championship level players that we're talking about.
And they're getting the big time minutes.
Right, they're getting too many minutes to even give the Cavs a series. I mean, like he said, the Wizards will get 1 for sure. I would give the Wizards 1 for sure, and maybe 2 against the Cavs.
And the Wizards are very tough to beat at home. And we have seen at home Boston can be beat. The Bulls beat them twice. The Wizards were up double figures on them twice the first 2 games. And that's the thing with the Wizards. Have they had a double-digit lead in each game so far?
Yeah, the Wizards have controlled this series, most of the series. They let up in game 1 and 2. But this series could easily be 3-0 right now, and the Celtics can get ready to go home tomorrow. So I'm thinking that the Wizards are gonna pull it off. I definitely don't think the Celtics are gonna win in 5. If that happens, man, you need to go play the lottery or something.
Yes. It's possible, but
it is. It's going to be tough without Kelly Oubre because not only is he probably their second best perimeter defender, at times maybe even their best perimeter defender. Not a great shooter, but he's been making some threes for him in this series, and so it is going to be tough without him. But you just got to hope.
The Wizards bench was so bad anyway. The Wizards bench is terrible.
You just got to hope Bogdanovic is making those threes. But at home, he's going to be more comfortable at home than on the road. So you can count on him. You can count on 3 threes from Bogdanovic tomorrow. I think he gets 3 threes. Jennings gets a couple buckets. They'll be okay. All they got to get is 12 from the bench, just 12 points, because that starting lineup is crazy. I think their starting lineup they got one of the best starting 5s in the league.
Right.
I'd take that starting 5 over most, but it's going to be interesting. I'm sure we'll see some fireworks. I want to see another fight. I think we all do. I shouldn't say that, but we want to see some action, man, because we know it's going to be Cleveland and Golden State in the finals. But let's get some fights. Let's make it like hockey. At least, make it entertaining through. We're all, us being big basketball fans. I mean, we'll watch the games regardless just because we love the game. But let's get some more entertainment in there. Let's get some more fights. Maybe Golden State and Utah will get a fight. Although I don't think Kevin Durant is about that life. Don't sleep on Rudy Gobert. He might be. I don't know.
I don't think anybody.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this one. I got to head back to Rosenberg. I'm gonna leave y'all with this one. We got to find a way. We got to talk to the NBA, man. We got to change that weak James Harden foul, man. We got to talk about that the next time I'm on.
I was just going to tell you that we're going to talk. The next time I get you on, I'm going to have that. But Charlie's got to go. So, and we're pretty much done. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to come back. We'll be back again tomorrow after the Rockets have Rockets Spurs is the last game. I think it's 8:30 Central Time. So once that's over, I'll get everything set up and we'll be back on to talk all the games tomorrow. I can actually watch them all. My cousin has a tournament tomorrow in Romeoville, but I'll be back to watch all the games, so we'll be able to jump on here. So we'll see y'all tomorrow at around 10:30, 11 again.
All right.